Scouts and family. My name is Walter Stover. I have the privilege of being Scoutmaster for Troop 531. I'd like to welcome you to this Eagle Court of Honor. Today we have the honor and pleasure of recognizing Josh Schubring for the award of Eagle Scout. The Scout flag will be following the American flag. It will be the VFW post from Hales Corners. Post 10394 will be presenting the United States flag. Eagle Scout Bennett Heff, please come forward and present the colors.
Please stand for the presentation of the colors. Color guard attention. Scout salute. Color guard advance. Please join me in the Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And now the Scout law. The Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Color guard dismissed.
Thank you, color guard. At this time, we will have a candle lighting ceremony presented by Josh Pankowski, Xavier Gall, Alex Allman, Nathan Renker, Braden Schubring, Paul Seapline.
From the eternal light, we light the red candle.
The red candle represents the lifeblood of brave men ready to die or worthily for this, live for this country.
From the eternal light, we light the light candle.
The white candle represents purity, cleanliness of purpose, thought, word, and deed.
From the eternal light, we light the blue candle.
The blue candle represents faith and loyalty like the eternal blue of the star-filled heavens.
Thank you, Scouts. I'd like to call upon Chaplain's aide, Braden Schubring, to lead us in prayer. Please stand.
The Father, Son, Holy Spirit. We call on
on the soaring spirit of eagle, carrier of the prayers. Show us how to fly to the greatest of heights. Patient hunter, teach us to see opportunities as they come and to strike at the right moment. Eye of the sun, help us to see the distant details and the vistas. Iron-clawed warrior, grant us the ability to grasp what we seek and to stand solid when not in flight. Swallower of wisdom, remind us to speak with kindness, to dive deep into ourselves, and to live to what we find. Divine winged spirit, I ask you to bless our life with courage, nobility, and creativity. Eagle, I call to thee.
You may sit. It gives me great pleasure, by the authority vested in me as a representative of Three Harbors Council and the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor to be duly convened. I'd like to welcome our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Rourke.
It is a day the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it. It's as close to a sermon as I'll ever get standing in church. I'm Paul Rourke. I'm a former Scoutmaster and a proud affiliate of this troop. Today I'm your Master of Ceremonies. It's safe to say that Scouting is no doubt one of the greatest organizations in the world to foster the highest ideals of citizenship. It is little wonder that so many of our nation's greatest leaders had some of their earliest experiences in leadership in Scouting. Now, Scouting is changing, but one thing remains constant. That is that the total development from boyhood to manhood depends on physical, mental, and moral growth, as expressed in the Scout Oath you just heard. The skills are so demanding and the challenges are so great that it's not surprising to learn that only about 2% of all boys in Scouting achieve the rank of Eagle Scout each year. When most boys enter Scouting, they picture themselves as someday becoming Eagle Scouts. But as you know, as parents and those who've watched others around you, there are just too many activities and interests that are constantly clamoring for their attention. And those flames that were burning aspirations become ashes and flicker away, and they stop short. What does the Eagle Badge represent? It means that a Scout has set a goal and worked to achieve that goal. An Eagle Scout badge stands for strength of character. The Eagle Scout badge is a symbol of what a boy has done, but more importantly, it represents what a boy may become in the future as he grows to manhood. Today, Josh Schubring is to be recognized as an Eagle Scout. So I would ask the Honor Guard to please present Josh to the front. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Don Long, who has a few words to say.
The Scouting movement constitutes one of the most wholesome and significant developments of our day. Josh, you have been deemed worthy of the high rank of its membership. This is a great undertaking. It is therefore right and proper that a board of review make a careful examination of each candidate prior to the presentation of the Eagle Award. This candidate has presented a record of merit badges earned, and these have been carefully checked against council records and have been certified by duly appointed merit badge counsel.
The Board of Review has carefully checked the record of this candidate as to the leadership in his troop, school affairs, community, and the conduct of his Eagle Service Project. He has demonstrated his capacity and willingness to exert leadership in activities that are productive and worthwhile. It has been satisfactorily established by the Board of Review that he is putting into daily activities and practice and principles of the Scout Oath and Law. In light of the inquiries made and favorable results in each case, the Board of Review has found Josh Schubring qualified and has authorized this Court of Honor to bestow upon him the rank of Eagle Scout.
There are dignitaries here today that would like to congratulate you, Josh, and say a few words. I didn't verify that they're here at this point, but Andy Kusher, are you available? Thank you, Kevin.
Afternoon. Afternoon. I have the honor of being asked to say a few words here on Josh's behalf. Working on him with this project, I ran into him when he was bugling out at the Wood Cemetery, and he asked, he mentioned that he was looking at building a fire pit ring. I said it would be a great idea, and we actually have a good property with the VFW out here in Franklin to do that. We increased the scope of the project quite a bit because we built a little monument wall, but it made it, what do I want to say? Made it really aesthetically pleasing on our property out there. So Josh came out to 2 or 3 post meetings presenting his project to the post. Did a great job. All of his true work really paid off. Seeing the completed project, the parties that we've had out there on doing flag disposals. We've actually picked up a couple new members into our post. I want to just congratulate you, Josh, and say thank you for all your hard work. And in the VFW, thanks a lot.
Mayor Taylor, are you here?
See you again, Mr. Burke. I guess before I start, we had an election a couple days ago, and people asked me what I thought about it, and I said, well, it took me a full day to get the smile off my face. One of the reasons for that is the gentleman that won the election, Dan Mayer, is back here. I think many of you know him, and I think it's worthy of a good round of applause.
Dan was a former member of this troop as well, his son.
Yeah, I kind of think he's an okay guy. But this is about Josh, and Josh, we're actually neighbors. We live in the same neighborhood, and know your father. Let's just talk to your mother. We have a nice award for you that we're going to read into the record at the town council meeting. It's going to get published all over the city. But I just wanted to, on a personal note, tell you just how proud we are that of your accomplishments, and that you're from the city of Franklin, and that, better yet, you're in my neighborhood. So it's great. I have an Eagle Scout right around the corner, and I don't know if you're seeing it, but if you look at both your parents' eyes right now, they cannot get more proud of you. This is the proudest moment, I think, that you'll have in your lifetime. And again, on behalf of the city, we are very, very proud of you, and we expect great things from you, Josh.
And I believe we have Representative Stone. Are you here? out there, I didn't realize I'm losing track of things, that you're back in the troop. God bless you.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here once again for another Eagle Court of Honor. And I've come to several at this troop, and it's always a pleasure for me to get to meet some of our finest young men that have risen to the highest rank in scouting. And what I have brought today is a citation from the Wisconsin State Assembly that I'd like to share with you. Know you by these presents, whereas Joshua Schubring has successfully completed the requirements of the Boy Scouts of America to achieve the honorable rank of Eagle Scout, and whereas Joshua has been a member of Boy Scout Troop 531 for 6 years, and whereas Joshua's Eagle Scout Service Project, which required over 413 hours to complete, involved construction of a VFW flag retirement fire ring and memorial wall for the benefit of VFW, American Legion, firefighters, police officers, and area scouts seeking a dedicated site to retire flags. And whereas throughout his scout membership, Joshua has demonstrated a true loyalty and dedication to his fellow troop members, now therefore, I, Representative Jeff Stone, on behalf of the Wisconsin State Assembly, under Assembly Rules 97, hereby congratulates Joshua Schubring on attaining the rank of Eagle Scout, the highest and most honorable award given to Boy Scouts of America. It's signed by myself, Speaker Robin Voss of the Wisconsin Assembly, and Speaker Pro Tem Bill Cream. Congratulations.
First asked for my vote, came to my door, and that impressed me to no end, and still one of my favorites, Senator Mary Laza.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. And the first thing I always like to do is thank all of the adults in uniform. Thank you for what you do, because if you didn't do it, we wouldn't have the scouting program, which I firmly believe is absolutely the best program in our country for youth. So thank you. And to all the young scouts in uniform, stay with it. Each and every merit badge that you earn gives you the knowledge, skills, and ability to be very successful in life. And Joshua here is an outstanding role model for you, so stay with it. Be an Eagle Scout. It's the best thing you can do at this point in your life, and it stays with you forever. It's extremely impressive on resumes. We like that in our office. It gives you a notch up. So I have a citation from the State Senate, and I won't read all of it because Representative Stone did such a wonderful job doing it. I just point out how impressed and appreciative I am of Josh's activity with buglers across America, and donating his time doing taps at funerals, and was part of the honor flight celebration at Miller Park. That's very, very impressive and appreciative, and shows how he values our country and everything that our folks in uniform have done for our country. So I personally want to thank you for that. But it's a very nice plaque. It has a lot of words on it because Joshua's been a very successful person and has done many, many things in scouting, and member of forensic team, and just really a great guy all the way around. So it has the state seal, and it's signed by the president and chief clerk and myself, dated this date. So I would like to present that to Joshua, and of course thank his parents for nurturing such a very fine young man to make it to this wonderful occasion today. Thank you.
Someone's here to speak on behalf of Senator Johnson.
Sometimes you get unexpected honors, and I consider this to be one of them. I have here a letter written by Senator Johnson, and it says, quote, "I'm pleased to represent the great state of Wisconsin and congratulating you on achieving the honorable rank of Eagle Scout. This nearly 100-year-old award is the Boy Scouts of America's highest award and can only be bestowed on those scouts will exemplify the highest standards of leadership, spirit, commitment to duty, and service to others. Your family, Boy Scout Troop 531, and your community of Franklin must be very proud of you as you clearly model these standards when you earn your badges and completed your service project. The Boy Scouts of America build future leaders. My hope is that this is only the beginning of a lifetime of personal service and citizenship to your community. Again, I commend you on your achievement and extend my best wishes for your future. Signed sincerely, Senator Ron Johnson, United States Senator, State of Wisconsin. And I'll let you see after the ceremony, a nice certificate that he's going to present to Josh as well. And in conclusion, it's my honor to announce to Josh, especially in honor of your Eagle Scout project, today there is a flag being flown over the United States Capitol at the request of Senator Johnson on your honor.
Now I'll call on Mr. Lassa to assist with the voice.
The voice of the eagle. This is the voice of the eagle. The eagle whose heights you struggle to reach. We remember well when you first came to the base of the cliff and how you looked up with ambition and determination. Look back for a moment. Look back over the cliff you have climbed. Look back at the experience you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten, and you should not profit by making sure that the adverse ones do not occur again. Experience is a valuable teacher if you heed its teachings.
Josh, we remember when you took your first step on the trail that leads upward. With your first step, you began living the Scout oath and law. And while you were on the trail, we watched you study, and then we watched you learn by doing. First, you were only a candidate, building yourself physically, mentally, and morally. And then your brother Scouts called you a tenderfoot. And they were right, you were indeed a tenderfoot.
But not for long, for soon you reached the first ledge where you're greeted by a group of second-class scouts. Some, like yourself, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the Eagle Trail. You began to study more, you worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge, the ledge where first-class scouts dwell.
There you found a tempting green meadow by a crystal clear stream. Bathed by the sun, here you were tempted to remain. Yes, you have remained there to live in first-class glory, but your ambition stirred you on. We remember your progress to Star Scout. You found the trail from first class had been an optical illusion, not as difficult as it seemed. This spurred you on, and you again climbed higher.
Now the trail was steeper. It was less worn. Fewer scouts seemed to be heading in your direction. You looked back and saw the crowds below you, and looked up and saw a few above you. With the same determination with which you started your climb, you continued on the trail. Soon, it was the badge of Life Scout, the heart badge that was placed on your uniform. You'll never forget the thoughts in your heart. It has been experienced by most scouts on reaching the ledge of life. Now I'm close to Eagle. I'll carry on. The trail became tougher, but more interesting. The original simple principles, the Scout oath and law, now have a fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was greater. You have watched your character unfold and become noble. We have watched your leadership abilities expand into a valuable asset. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We have watched all of these things in you. Now that you are at the threshold of your goal, we welcome you. For you have done your climbing in a true Scout-like manner.
This is an opportunity for the Scoutmasters who had you under their tutelage to have comments. I would like to say, and probably being the oldest and the grayest and the first in the group, it was very exciting to watch you come into Scouting. It was, my memory of Josh is this scrawny little guy throwing a hatchet almost as big as he was to this giant slice of a tree trunk, part of a contest and part of the training at camp. To watch him grow to where he is now, the only thing that's going to be more exciting is watching where he grows in 5 years. There is a saying by a man named Albert Pike that wise is the man who plants a tree knowing he'll never live in its shade. All these guys helped to plant you, and all of these people here today helped to plant you. So our wish and our fervent prayer is that you grow and live up to the honor that you're receiving here today. I have 2 things to give you, personal things. Josh was the first wave to go to Camp Phillips, and we were, my son and I drove 10 hours round trip and spent about an hour going through the camp on a Saturday. It was completely empty. It was like the Blair Witch Project. We did this videotape, and there were no scouts anywhere, and the doors were all open, and we didn't realize they cleaned out, and the next wave was coming in tomorrow. So we came back and we showed the troop kind of the layout, and they decided, next year this is where we're going to go for summer camp. Josh was the first wave that went through there. So in commemoration of that, he was also the last from my era as a Scoutmaster. He was one of that last series of crew that came through. I'd like to give you something I picked up as a memento from the Chippewa Valley Council, a Camp Phillips belt buckle. That. And then, you're not always going to be in that uniform. At some point in time, you're going to want to represent the Scouts in a subtle way, not overpowering. I would like to present you with the Scout sign, something suitable to wear on a nice blazer when you walk to college and you're your first mixer or whatever. Any other leaders want to?
Well, Josh, I'll keep my comments brief, unlike when I was a Scoutmaster. I think if I remember right, you were one of my favorites because I thought you said you loved my Scoutmaster minutes every week. Was that right?
Probably.
No, that's okay. You should tell the truth yet. I don't know if most everybody knows, but if you haven't been at a Boy Scout camp, the bugler is both loved and hated, I would say. When they play taps and other things, they're liked. But getting up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to play reveille, especially when there's hundreds of boys that can hear you at Camp Phillips, doesn't make you the most favorite guy in camp. So Josh dealt with it really well. It was not a problem. He made our troop stand out. Obviously not just due to his leadership and his commitment, but we had a bugler. Nobody else had a bugler. Scoutmasters would come from all over to tell us, that is awesome, you guys have a bugler. They weren't so fond of him at 6 o'clock in the morning, but I remember waking Josh up at 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning to play. Never complained, always got up and played. Did a great job. I'll keep my comments brief though. Josh, you're now an Eagle Scout. Devote your life to helping others. Remember what others have done to help you, to help achieve your Eagle and other life goals. Repay that debt by helping others. Life will present you with many opportunities to help others. Please do so openly and willingly. Congratulations.
I'll keep my comments brief as well. For those of you who have been in Scouts, that you know, when you get to a next rank, you have, the Scoutmaster reviews what the accomplishments were, and you start looking at, well, did he achieve it? Did he really get that merit badge done, or was he on his up and up? And, you know, get to Josh's book and get down to Scout Spirit. And I'm thinking I'm going to get really tough on him and try to go out on it. But I just couldn't. I mean, you look up in the dictionary actually under Scout Spirit, you look in there, there's a picture of Josh there. And, you know, when I look at Josh's accomplishments,